Talk us through the build-up to that game. The helicopter and all of these extra things that sort of came along.
Yeah, the build-up was incredible for the game because I had played in cup finals in Scotland, but even none of them compare with the FA Cup final. It's our biggest. At that time, it was probably the biggest club match in the world because it was filmed all around the world. We knew that was that thing. We even had made a record and everything. We performed live, and I was on top of the pops on the Thursday night prior to the match was on the Saturday, and Jimmy Case and I were on top of the pops, putting our record forward. And then when we got there, and because we were on the show, they suddenly told us because our sales of the record were actually regional and all in the Sussex area, they could not put us in the charts. But we still on the programme, and we had to talk about the fact that we brought out this record, and they asked us about the cup final. So that was the Thursday. Then we get the helicopter to London for the hotel and all that sort of thing. First time that had ever happened as well. And it was amazing, the build-up for it. The players were so excited. Jimmy Mealy, the manager, had got us all a suit to wear, and it was like it was a bit outrageous, like a beige jacket and black trousers and beige shoes, and with all the same outfit. And then when we came down for the match, to leave for the match in the morning for something to eat, Jimmy Mealy didn't have his suit on. And I remember the boys, I said, "Where's yours?" And he said, "Oh, this is my lucky suit." He says, "This one I'm wearing now. This is the one I've been wearing all through the cup." And I remember the players saying, "Don't you think we've got lucky suits as well then, And Jimmy Case actually left the hotel, went down to a shop near the hotel and bought another suit and wore that. And he didn't wear the same outfit as the rest of us. Normally you get a lot of outfits from football clubs where you can wear it on other occasions as well. None of us, I don't think, ever wore that outfit again after the cup final. We had a plan also on the day that when we got in the tunnel, the two teams went out in the tunnel in those days, and we had a plan that we would speak to the Man United players and let them see we were really relaxed because we knew they would be under pressure. They were favourites, they were expected to win, and so we said let's chat to them in the tunnel, and it was amazing that the way that they reacted to it. None of them knew what to do because we were talking to them and laughing and joking and saying things. They could hardly talk to us because they were all keyed up for it, and we had done it deliberately in order to try and put them off.
Anything repeatable?
Nothing repeatable, no. We just said a few things that would make you laugh.
Number 8, Howlett. Chipping one in for Gordon Smith. It's there!
It was one of those ones where I thought Kevin Moran might get it, but I thought if he misses this, I'm going to be ready for it. So I was prepared, and when I got the header in, I got it away in the far corner, and I was pleased with it because I placed it. It went where I tried to put it, and that was us 1-0 up. And as I say, it was a great feeling. And I always remember this walking off at half time, looking up at the scoreboard where the tunnel would go in at Wembley. Looked up at the scoreboard, and it was like Manchester United 0, Brighton 1. Smith was on there, 14 minutes was, and I thought, I'm going to be remembered for this game, and right enough I am.
Well, they turned it round, didn't they, in the second half?
Right side, Stapleton!
When you look at the game footage again, it was years later before I looked at it, and Chris Ramsey had been hurt by Norman Whiteside in a challenge which was an outrageous tackle, and it should have been a red card for Norman Whiteside. Manchester United should have been down to 10 men.
Ramsey was hurt in a challenge with Whiteside, and Stevens angry with the way the 18-year-old Irishman went into Ramsey there.
But he didn't get sent off for it. I don't even know if he got booked. But Chris Ramsey was finished. But the thing was, when they actually got the equaliser at the back post, where Chris Ramsey would have been defending, he was still on the field at that time, could hardly walk and was limping about.
And poor Chris Ramsey, the victim of Whiteside's tackle only a few minutes earlier, is off the pitch, and suddenly the match turns against Brighton in more ways than one. Wilkins has scored one, and that's absolutely magnificent. Ray Wilkins has put Manchester United in front.
It was a great goal. Ray Wilkins scored an absolute belter. He cut onto his left foot, and it was quite a distance out, and you wouldn't have expected it from him, and he curled it away into the top corner.
2-1 behind to Man United at Wembley in an FA Cup final. Massive underdogs.
Yeah.
No one really, would have expected.
Most people were thinking that was it. The game, Manchester United come back in the game and had the game tied up. But Gary Stevens, we've got a corner kick.
Case with the corner. He's pulled it back to Grealish. Little touch for Stevens. 2-2. Gary Stevens equalises with 3 minutes to go.
We knew the game was just about to finish, so that was going to go to extra time now, and we went into the extra time in a confident mood.
And Case through the middle for Michael Robinson. Can he beat Moran? He can. Can he beat McQueen? He can. There's somebody to his right.
Tell us what's going through your mind at that moment.
Well, Jimmy Case played a nice ball to Mick Robinson, going through. And I'm not being critical of Mick Robinson here, because it's something that he did that I was never aware of or used to, the fact that he made a pass when he was in the box, because Mick used to go totally solo, but he decided to pass it to me, right?
It's Smith, and Bailey is saved, and the flag stayed down.
My decision making was poor, because what happened there was, in most cases, normally I would open my body out as if I was going to side foot it and then fire it across the goalkeeper. But what happened was, I don't know why it was, in my mind, my decision was, Gary Bailey's going to come towards me, so I'm going to fire it hard and low, close to his feet. It's going to make it hard for him to get down. For some reason, I don't know why he did it, but it worked out well for him. He decided to dive, and as I was hitting the ball, and it went the wrong way, but it stuck in at his legs. But it didn't come off him, it stuck in at his feet. And as I went to get the rebound, he gathered it, and as I say, as I walked away, I'm thinking, I should have scored there, I really should have scored. The final whistle went. It was unbelievable, and it's the moment of it that actually makes it famous, the timing of it, and I can't say anything other than any criticism I get for it, I deserve it. I should have scored, I believe, and I've said sorry. It's one of the lowest point, probably the lowest point of my whole football career, is that moment when I made the wrong decision. I'm absolutely gutted about it, and as I say, I've let down the fans, I let down my teammates, I let myself down, my family, everybody, in terms of what happened, and I'll never get over it. It's the lowest point, and as I say, all I can do is apologise to everybody who was affected by that.